So my collection is a bit different from a lot of other people's. While they collect like baseball cards or like special coins, I collect movie posters. This is primarily because I work at a movie theater, so a lot of the time I'll be surrounded by a lot of cool looking movie posters, and once the movie comes out, they'll usually give you like if you go and see it in IMAX, there'll be like small little special things, sort of like this one actually. But they'll have those sitting out. We'll usually have an excess, so we'll grab one. This one is the Deadpool 2 poster, so generic looking. It's 13 by 19. All of the ones for IMAX, all of the ones that say IMAX on them are 13 by 19, so there's that one. Then we have two more. These are the only two that I have that are 11 by 17. These ones are Overlord and Venom. These are both. These are a great example of the two genres that I have of movies, which are historical and superhero. It's just like it's a very common theme. A lot of those posters also look pretty cool. These ones are very minimalist, whereas something like the ensemble ones, sort of like all the Marvel movies, those are a bit more generic looking overall. They just have all of the stars facing the camera, but these ones are a bit more minimalist. Those are pretty nice. We also have, this is the first large scale poster that is up there. It's a 27 by 40. It's of Darkest Hour. This is actually the first, like, full size movie poster that I got, which is at I got this sometime in, I think it was early 2018, I want to say. This is also the oldest film poster that I've got. Kind of what comes with being the first one. It came out in November of 2017, and we got it released in 2018, so I don't know, looks kind of cool. It's a very cool color scheme, just red, white, and black. Works well. It's another historical one, and right next to it we have another Venom poster. Once again, another IMAX variant, so I don't know, it looks kind of cool. Just a different variety. A very common theme you'll see is that the IMAX lettering is bigger than the font for the title. That's a very prevalent thing in a lot of these IMAX posters, so oh well, what can you do? Over on the other side we have Black Panther with once again another case of the IMAX syndrome of, albeit it's not larger than the title, but it's still on there, unfortunately. And then we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse right up there. It's just nice big poster. Looks kind of nice. Another superhero poster. It's not as generic as many of the other ones are, but still a superhero movie nonetheless. So one of the better ones too. Another Ford v Ferrari and then Ant-Man vs. the Wasp. These are both IMAX. Ford v Ferrari suffers from the IMAX syndrome hard of just having the words IMAX on it, and they don't even have the full title. And that's pretty much all to say about that. Now, some of the unfortunate things with getting all these posters is that some of them are not in the best of shape. For example, 8th grade. This one's a little sun damaged. That's the original color. That is the color that 90% of the poster is. It's closer to 95 actually, but it's also got a couple of tears down at the bottom. Sort of like right there. I think we had to tape a piece back on. There's a couple like dents, like scratches, all that stuff. But yeah, a lot of these posters generally they aren't treated too great, especially like smaller movies. There's only like one poster per theater, so this was that one. And then I got a few more over here to demonstrate. I got Incredibles and Solo, and then also these two. We have Rocket Man and Captain Marvel. But the thing I wanted to show here is the type of paper used for these posters. So this one, it's relatively high quality paper actually. It stands up for itself on the most part. It doesn't like sag as much. It feels like good quality, like construction paper type thing. Captain Marvel, in addition to having hard, like major IMAX syndrome of just the lettering itself. It also can't stand up for itself. It's just like standard like piece of paper, and also there's some water damage on that. But oh well. We also have the Joker poster, pretty good one. Another slightly generic one. Is also one of the newer ones, or not generic. It's a bit more minimalist, but in a good way. And then right back here we also have this is an IMAX poster. It's about 6 feet tall. So instead of unraveling it, I figured why not just show it on a computer. So that's what that poster looks like. Very colorful, very nice. It's just a standard like single shot. There's a lot of it's very colorful though, which you don't see very often in many movie posters, especially not one as action oriented as John Wick. And then we have these two Avengers posters. We have Infinity War right up there, and then Endgame. The Infinity War one is a bit more of a generic poster. It just looks once again another ensemble of everyone on the posters at once with as many people as possible. And the Endgame one's a bit more generic. It's just the gauntlet closing the fist. Very nice, very good use of color. I like the style a lot too. It's very, very clean looking. And then if we want to move a bit farther back, we have a couple more. We have Operation Finale, 1917, Ready Player One, and Midway. 3 of these are historical films. Most of these have some, like Operation Finale and 1917 are very minimalist. Well, Ready Player One and Midway are very much so generic and show a lot of the cast off. So that's a good way to show the differences between them. Ford v Ferrari has a good use of negative space with the over half of the poster being empty. Overlord also does, but it does so in a bit of a different way. It's got a bit of like red to contrast the white. And finally, on the case of damaged posters, we also have Avengers Infinity War with got a couple scratches, and then in the corners mainly there's some some tears and stuff. That's in every single one of the corners, but generally this is the one main one we get because everyone else, like, they only have a limited amount of posters, and it's a bit hard to send 50 Infinity War posters to every single theater. So overall, the way that this is laid out is just laid out in more of a it looks nice way, because you can't fit like 27 by 40 inch poster frames in one room without it looking a little bit cramped. That's not even considering all of the smaller 13 by 19 and the two 11 by 17s, but they're all spread throughout, which is why this is a bit less traditional, a bit longer of a showing of everything. The only location I can really talk about, or organization, is just the movie theater I work at. So that's the only place that I keep getting all these posters. The posters are all free. The frames are about $20 for one of these big ones, $10 or less for the other smaller ones. Valued overall, like, it's strongly subjective based on what the poster looks like. Because, for example, the like Ready Player One, it's purely dependent on how much the person wants to pay for that. Whereas like Infinity War, that one's a very good value. And then the future of all of this is just like, there's only one more space for a poster that I think I have left down here. I don't know whether or not I'm putting up 1917 or something else, but probably going to put up 1917 for a bit. I've got one more poster I'm waiting on. It's actually the Sonic movie poster, so once I get that, I think I'll be just about done collecting all the posters, and this will be all done. So just like my potential future in poster collecting, this video is all done.